The war in Syria has taken thousands of lives and pushed many more from their homes. RT's Lizzie Phelan met one man who fled for the relative safety of Damascus and now finds himself living and working among the dead.
Abdul here, who works in this cemetery, was displaced when insurgents took over and destroyed much of his village in the Damascus countryside. Now, he lost almost everything except, like many of those during this war and those who are filling this cemetery, his life, where now homeless, he lives amongst them.
My home has become this. I used to live in Ain Terma. Nothing remains. No home, absolutely nothing. Everything has gone.
Left with just the clothes on his back and the shoes on his feet, which he found on a pavement, Abdo survives off tips from families for watering the plants on the graves of their loved ones. He spends most of his time with them and knows their stories as though they were part of his family.
His family come to visit him from time to time, every Friday. He should have children because he's married. I feel sorry for him because he's a human being just like I am. If they keep shelling and people are dying, why shouldn't I be sorry for him? He's just like me, and I'm like him.
For Abdo, whether the fallen is a soldier or civilian, the grief suffered and lost to Syria is just as great.
We're going to see a martyr. He's cool. This one also died in battle. He's also married. They brought him here and buried him. He was shot in the battle.
The story of this man is one that I can tell, that I know well. He was a friend of mine and a well-known actor in Syria. His name is Mohammed Rafea, and he was executed in 2012 by insurgents from both the so-called Free Syrian Army and Al-Qaeda in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra, who killed him for being very vocal about his views in support of the government and the Syrian army. Abdo's makeshift home amongst the continuous flow of war dead isn't exactly peaceful. The graves are often shaken by mortars landing nearby, fired by insurgents, as I experienced the day before when I came to pay my respects to my friend.
I am displaced. Whether a mortar hits or not, I'm going to die either way. Every time there's a missile, there are a lot of martyrs. People go, soldiers go. I'm afraid one day I won't find a grave left for me.
A cemetery may be the last place on earth most people would choose to spend the night. But for Abdo, being amongst those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice gives him some semblance of comfort.
When I sleep here, I sleep beside our brothers, the martyrs. I don't fear them. They are my brothers. They are my family. When I get up, I say good morning to my friends. How are you? Good night. I will see you in the morning, brother. Abu Noor.
Lizzie Phelan, RT, Damascus.